Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. We're going to be making a treat today. You buy this all the time. So I wonder if I shouldn't let you try to guess what it is. Playing a game. Or maybe I should tell you. We're having buffalo wings, and that's exactly what I'm preparing today. We're going to have them with buttered biscuits today and vegetables, I think. I haven't decided on the vegetable yet, though they recommend serving it with a blue cheese dip with carrots and celery sticks. But I know I need a starch, so I'm going to have to make biscuits. I have too much going today, so I'm going to have to think of other things I can maneuver with. But I wish you all good morning this morning. And let's see, how does this recipe go together? Okay, we need a half a cup. We got a half a stick of butter we're melting. You need a half a cup of Frank's Red Hot Original. That's what they said, a half a cup. So I'll be shaking this out of here. I wonder if it screws off. Oh, good. I can pour it. I've never used this one before. So we need a half a cup of this. Frank's hot sauce. They said the original. They're very explicit about it. They want 2 tablespoons of Tabasco sauce to go with the hot sauce where we're waiting for something to melt. And they said we can add more, so it's evident we can make these hotter than what they are. Okay. 2 tablespoons. I wonder if I can get this cap off. I don't want my nail to break. Dang. Okay, you can pop it. I don't know where it's at. Put a lid over here somewhere. Well, I'll find it later. I always do. So they're saying 2 tablespoons plus, so we can make this as hot as we want, or, as mild as we want. But I think it's going to be set on the table for this dish. You need 1 tablespoon. As the butter melts, I'm putting all of this that I'm telling you into a measuring cup. 1 tablespoon of dark brown sugar packed. So I will be putting it all together in a minute. And 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar. When they say cider, they mean apple cider vinegar or apple vinegar, by either term you know it by. 2 teaspoons. We're going to be pouring this into the butter when it melts. Okay. All right, so once the butter's melted, that's what we're waiting for. Then we're going to add all these hot sauces that we've put in here. And we'll see how this comes out, since I've never made this before. But they are good when you buy them, so this should do it. Just like coconut shrimp, that is good too. All right, You're going to take all of this that you just put together. And they want you to whisk it together. Ooh, that is hot. It's hot. Oh my goodness. I didn't expect that to be that hot. Okay, you might not need any more Tabasco unless you like it really, really hot. If you're accustomed to hot peppers, you'll probably sit there and say this is mild. If you aren't, you're going to say this is going to scorch my throat. And good morning, Kimberly. We're making buffalo wings today. And I'm going to make butter biscuits, and I'm still working. They recommend a blue cheese dip with carrots and celery. I don't know yet what I'm going to serve, but I do know I'm making this, and we'll get those wings going soon. We have to mix this. Just going to heat it up and then take it off the burner. Because the sugar has to dissolve and heat up. That's what we're waiting for. But it's hot, believe you me. Oh my. Hey, I just tasted a little. My eyes are watering already. Okay. The reason you heat it up a bit is if you don't dissolve that sugar, you just put it in liquid, it'll settle back down to the bottom. So you have oh God. It's hot. Take my word. I might be coughing and crying through this dish. Oh my goodness. So you're not bringing this to a boil, you're just heating this up. And then you're going to put it to the side. We don't need it now. I don't think anybody's going to eat that. That's hot. Okay. What's all that about? That sounds like you, Taffy. Yeah, I saw you. You jumped up on the chair. I heard you, I should say. All right. Yeah, Virginia, but it's bringing tears to my eyes. Okay. Whoa. All right. Did you make them or did you buy them, Virginia? Okay. We are going to cut these little tips off up here. The very tip of these things. Just look for the joint and cut where the joint is. Just like that. Now, this is going to make a good stuff. I'm going to put all these in a bowl and stick them in a freezer. God. I'm not crying, it's just that hot sauce really got to me. And then you're going to cut these in half. France, hi Truth. Virginia, did you buy them or did you make them? What you have to do, if you want to know where the wing separates, just look at, move the joint and you can feel it right in there. Okay? By the way, you need 3 pounds. I bought 4 because I knew I was going to cut these off. So that's what we're having today. Okay, you're there. Okay, we'll go this way then. Ugh. My nose is still running from it. Virginia's not answering. Hi, Putty. Oh, you rejected your message? Okay. Retracted it? Maybe somebody did it. You said something you shouldn't have said. I don't know. We'll just go this way. Did any of you see that commercial about Coty perfume? I am a bit concerned about it. And buffalo wings today. Okay. Hi, good morning, Western. You know what bothers me about that? They're using pheromones, and that attracts the males. Now, if you have a husband, remember, women are in the workforce now, so this is really going to be a sensitive subject I'm talking about. With them in the workforce and they wear that, and it's a married man and she wants to go after him, she will use that. That could destroy marriages. Yeah, they do, Monique. So it bothers me about this. I will not use that or support that. That is dangerous. So if your husband runs around on you and this woman's wearing that, he's probably trying to be very faithful, but with that kind of perfume, there could be a problem. Then women shouldn't be in the workforce, because that is dangerous. But I didn't wear it. They didn't have it around then. And women went after my husband left and right. But this thing doesn't seem to, men can't seem to control themselves with this. And that's very dangerous. We are having buffalo wings today with butter, biscuits. And I don't know what else I'm going to do. Though they recommend some other things, I'm just thinking. So I am not happy about that perfume. I remember when I had Anise Anise, it had honey in it. And that little bit of honey was attracting bees. Every time I went out wearing it, I had bees around me. It didn't bother me because I wore hats, you know, that had the... Oh, I didn't think I got in the joint on this one. Okay. I missed the joint on this one. I got the bone instead. Yeah, I got the bone. I didn't get the joint on that one. Okay. So, I fear for you women that have husbands that work in the workforce with women. And if women are using this around your husband, you know, they're wearing it because they like it, there could be a problem. Not that your husband would go out of his way to be unfaithful, but something like that, and he has no control, there's going to be a real problem. I could see a lot of problems. I mean, I wore perfume that just had a little bit of honey in it, and I had trouble with bees. So you could imagine what could happen with women wearing this and men. So we had stop clocks. Recently, there were no stop clocks. This is what the world market is doing. And I strongly recommend we quit having a world market. Because some countries don't have stop clocks, and other countries do. Cultures are disappearing and stuff. I know you can disagree with me. It's just things that I think about and I hear and I say, God, I'm so glad my husband's not alive because he worked in the hospital. There's a lot of nurses there, you know. So I can say thank God for that. Like I remember they had orderlies who used to lift patients and stuff. They were men who were big. And now they have women doing it, a whole bunch of women doing it. What did I throw that in there for, Sandra? Okay. Okay, we gotta dry these. And we'll get some paper towels. Oh, by the way, did any of you try playing Bingo Blitz? That's a cute game to play, and everybody likes bingo. It doesn't go real fast, calling the numbers so fast that you can't get them, and it has a nice long line across the top, so if you miss a number, you can go back and get it. And you're playing with people. You actually are playing the game with other people. We're having buffalo wings. Good morning, Jay. Smoke. They used to have women as police officers for rape victims or women that were beaten up. Yeah, they were there because women wouldn't trust men at that point because they'd already been violated. Or with children that have been kidnapped, the mother or the female presence is needed. A woman to a woman has more understanding. So they do need, I'm not saying they don't, they do need women police officers, but they have a special need to help people. Cassidy, good morning. Let me see paper towels I need. I'm so glad I bought paper towels. I was running out of them. Oh, there's something else I was supposed to get. I forgot to get. Now, I know I showed you cappuccino coffee muffins. You know, and I said you could put chocolate in them. They're very good plain, just the way I made them. But if you want to make them sweeter, you could use dark chocolate chips, or you could use vanilla chips. I want to try with vanilla chips. But I just got another crazy idea because you have a lot of different blends of coffee mate and stuff. I was saying, how would butterscotch go? I'm thinking I go there. I always do. Yes, pretty cat, I know them. No, Smoke, they're not needed in every job. You're very wrong about that. They are not needed in every job. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that or anything else. But that's, remember, the way I was raised at a time. And like I tell everybody, I would not want to be young in today's day. Not today. I'm glad I'm old. I would not give it up. I love being old. You know? Yeah, they have areas, Virginia, you're right. They do have other areas that they work in, and they're very good at it, and it does work with society. But with this new cologne and Coda or Cody or whatever you call it, I'm not even sure of the name of it. It's dangerous. It really, really is. If you have a husband, he goes to work and he's got women around him and they wear that, you know, your husband would probably fight not to have the urges, but the urges are going to be there because those hormones are on those women. And it's dangerous. I don't care what anybody says. It's very dangerous. I could see marriages, fights, and a whole lot of other stuff that would be unnecessary. And if honey affected bees like that, and it was very little in the perfume with all the other smells, you can just imagine. Of course, when they do the commercials, they show husbands and wives. But if somebody's got their eye on your husband, that's going to be a real issue. And don't think they don't. When they see you happy and he's caring for you and all, and she's working on her own and all, she's going to go for him. Whatever it takes, destroy the whole house so she can get what she wants. Women are capable of doing this. I've seen them do it. They tried doing it to me. Like I said, especially that one at the court. We were getting down the stairs and I told my husband, Tony, I can't leave you alone for 5 minutes. You're attracting everybody. All the women. Man, she disappeared so fast. But I saw her flirting all the way down the stairs. Mm-hmm. My husband sends me downstairs with the children, but you're going to sit there. Mm-hmm. I was not happy. I had a set of girlfriends, 2 of them. They came. One of them said, can I talk to your husband? Now, she called me, right? She called me and she asked, because she talked to my husband. She had a question. Now, I had only been on the phone with her 5 minutes. 2 hours later, she was still talking to my husband on the phone, and my husband was trying to get off. So I said, give me the phone. And I told her point blank, it's quite interesting that you're supposed to be my girlfriend. And every time we're together, you make sure my husband's there and you're doing all the talking. She never spoke to me again. I knew what she was doing. Girls do that. That's why if you have a boyfriend, you don't talk, or your husband, how nice they are and how good they are, because as soon as you do that, and you have a girlfriend, and she's having it rougher, she's not happy where she's at, and she sees a way, she's going to do it. So men, women who wear that, you're going to have to fight for self-control, or you could end up ruining your whole marriage. That's just giving you a thumbs up with this stuff. Well, Range, if you like being single, that's fine. But that's not insecure. So see, you don't understand. Well, if you think this perfume's going to stop these women, listen, I'm only telling you what happens out there. That's not insecure. That's giving you facts. I've lived 72 years. I had a 40-year marriage. I had a very honest husband. And he didn't run around on me. I didn't have to worry. He worked at a hospital. He was also an artist. And you men who think you can get away with it, women wash the clothes. Be very careful. Hair sheds. Another thing, men, you know when your wife's running around on you is when you're intimate with her and you get down there, you can smell them. Because he's going to leave himself on you. And then you go home and you think you're so cool. Listen, you can't hide. The clothes will give it away. The smells will give it away. There's a smell when you love somebody. If you don't have perfume and stuff on, you have a unique smell, okay? When you start having affairs and stuff, the smell on you changes. It really does. And you can tell the difference. And if women are sensitive with their noses and stuff, and they clean up after you, you can't hide. And men, when he makes love to you, he's going to know. Good morning, Nasty, Sharon, Virginia, Eli. See, you can almost give the age of the people with their comments and stuff. You know, remember Sodom and Gomorrah? Imagine a whole country like that. You have to bring your temperature up to 360. You need oil. We're going to be frying these. Now I'll get the dry ingredients together. We got this done. I need, what am I going to use? Am I going to use a plate or a bowl? All right, let's see. Oh, what do you want me to put them in? Okay, cornstarch. Okay, we're gonna need salt and cornstarch. Okay, you're gonna need cornstarch. You're gonna need salt. Oh. We need cayenne pepper, and we also need black pepper. Yeah, these are gonna be hot all the way around. Cayenne, C-A-Y. Cayenne and black pepper. Okay, we're getting it together. You need oil at least 2.5 inches deep in a pan to fry. Okay, Range, I'll see you later. All right, you want me to just do this? Okay, your wings are gonna have to be dry. We need a bowl to put this stuff together. So let me see what they want here. You need 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in a bowl. We're going to add other stuff to it while the oil is heating up. I need all these hot sauces. This is going to really be hot. All right. You need 1 teaspoon of table salt. I knew they were going to use table salt on this. I'm not using kelp in this. I'm going to use table salt the way it is, but I'll probably be in tears. When I eat this, tears are going to come down these eyes. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I told you these things are going to be spicy. You can leave if you wish, sir. I'm not begging you to stay. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. You don't have to join if you don't want to. I'm not forcing anybody. You want wisdom? Live. You learn if you listen instead of just staying in a box. And as you get older, you have time from the past, and then you have the time of now, and you can see how it changes. And some of it's for the good. I'm not going to say it's not, but there's some of it that's very bad. Okay. Now they also want, now we're putting black pepper in this. This is a lot of pepper. They want a teaspoon of black pepper as well. I've got to grind it up. So did any of you try playing Bingo Blitz? I find it most entertaining. You get to travel around the world and you're playing with everybody. It's a lot of fun. Yes, I can, George. Hi, Jay. Hi. Thank you, Churl. Chris. No, Chur. Thank you for the floating heart. All right, they want you to mix this up, and then what do you want me to do with this? We'll get to that in a bit. All right. Okay. They want you to use a spatula. Bye, sir. We're not asking you to stay. Please understand that. They don't want you to touch this chicken, all right? They're telling us that. Yeah, we're having this biscottis. They want you to sprinkle this over the chicken. They want you to toss it around. They do not want you using your hands. I don't know why, but I guess because most of it will stick to your hands. Okay. Sir, why are you keep on complaining? Please leave. You've been on a lot. If somebody says something you don't like, if you don't like it, please leave. Remember, I've got 73 years backing me up from what was and what is and how bad it is. Do I know the bad from the past? Yeah, I know that too. But I also see the bad of the future, and I can also see the bad of today. Okay? So your chicken's going to look like this when you're done. And you see, you can smell it. Boy, can you smell this. All right, they want us to get a baking sheet and put paper towels on it. And that's exactly what I told you to do. Put 2 here, and that'll take care of this. Okay. Is sir still carrying on, or did he finally leave? See, Ceci. Well, people get... Yeah. I mean, I'm not forcing anybody to listen. I talk about how I feel about things. You talk about things that you feel, that's fine. You're living in a different time than the time I lived. And my morals come from my time. You know what? All of you can be moderators, okay? Maybe that'll be easier because cooking and trying to watch that, I can't. We have to get up to 320. No, I'm sorry, they want us at 360, my mistake. 360 degrees. All right. We also, no, we're going to have to warm this up because we eat at different hours. My family does not eat together, so we have to get up to 360. If you're going to make this and eat it right away, they say put your oven at 200, and as you do the chicken, put it in the oven with the paper towels and stuff. Good morning, Jay, Far, Eli, Virginia. Yeah, they missed that out. Good morning, George. Chur. Yes, I did. I almost burnt my mother's home down. I did have a grease fire. She almost killed me, too. She wouldn't even talk to me for a long time. Good morning, Matthew. Sir? See, you haven't left, Seer. If you don't like the channel, you're not going to subscribe, you're not going to join, you don't want to see me cook, you don't like my opinions, then leave. Darn, I don't have that problem. I have a life. A lot of my views are probably, let's say, old-fashioned, but you know something? Children knew their place. They didn't talk back to their parents. They got punished at school. They didn't walk out of class. Teachers educated us on the American way and responsibilities and everything else. We ended up learning about the Constitution. We learned about the wars. We learned history was in many different courses and everything else. Young girls learned to be women. Young boys learned to be men. So if you don't like that time frame, that's fine. I can understand that because you're free, or if you're old, you just love seeing what you see. But young boys are coming, young men, I should say. Everybody younger than me, if you're in your 20s, I'm going to sit there and call you a boy, not meaning to, so I do apologize for that. But they're coming on to the internet and they're saying, women, cover up. We can see through your clothes, don't worry. We know what you look like under that, and we know what we want. But he says, be respectful. He didn't want to use the term old-fashioned, but he was stating, he doesn't know, but he says, you see women like that, sure, you'll look and everything, but he says, that's not a woman you want to take home, and that's not a woman you want to live with. Okay, sir. Well, I think we'll all vote and say you can stay. Okay, we all have bad days, believe you me. Yesterday, I wanted to put vanilla chips into those cappuccino coffee muffins, and do you know I forgot them? Then I woke up this morning and said, you know, vanilla and chocolate go good in that? We should sit there and try butterscotch. Now, that's got to be good. I'm going to have to buy some butterscotch so we can try. I'm going to make that again with butterscotch and also with vanilla chips, not with the chocolate because I've had too much. Bella, sometimes people have a bad day and they've been banged around a lot and they take it out on people. Okay, so hello, Dr. Crude. Okay, you're welcome. Listen, I do hope you have a good day. Good morning, Edwin, Bella. Thank you, Bella. Okay, from my heart, you are forgiven, okay? I have days and people look at me and I say, look, I'm really having a bad day. Okay, so I understand bad days. It's just that, okay, we're here. We're going to start frying this chicken. I'm actually a little over where I'm supposed to be, but that's it. I'm putting 5 pieces in. Let me get you over here. Don't fall. Let's get you over here, sir. And everyone else. Okay, that's fine. I understand. Jay, I think that would be a good drink. Not that I would drink it, but it sounds good. Churro, Matthew. What is here? Okay. I let this get too hot. It's a little hotter than I want it. So it might be a little browner than it's supposed to be. But I was talking. No, I can't put this on the counter yet. I'm looking at you guys. I told you, I don't have any room in this kitchen. Got the hot sauce over here. We're going to be grinding and making Ezekiel bread the proper way. Every recipe I've gotten says to use pinto beans, lima beans, these beans, but we're going to get the actual beans that we're supposed to use. I bought them, and we're going to be grinding it up, trying to get the temperature below I have it 10 degrees hotter than it should be. By the third try, I throw it out, always, right after the third time. Sir, that's okay. Good morning, JB, George. Okay, George, listen, you're going to work, so listen, have a good day. Wishing you the very best. Well, I still got to turn the temperature down and get it down where it's supposed to be. So we're going to fry these up, and we're going to put them on a sheet that has paper towels on it. You're welcome. Well, good morning, Albert. How are you? Oh, we're almost there. Now, I'm going to be making, like I said, Ezekiel bread. First off, I'm going to make a sourdough Ezekiel bread. And number 2, I'm going to make a regular Ezekiel bread so you can do it for those of you that don't have your own sourdough culture. Now, if you've ordered your sourdough culture from where I told you where you could go, I don't know how he uses it because I make my own. I just follow his instructions, and once you get that culture, you can sit there and make it the sourdough one as well. Oh, yes, doctor. Good morning, Albert. Yes, I have had fried plantains. The godmother does an excellent job. Don't ask me. If you ask me, I'm going to mess them up. Let me see how they're looking. Oh, they're looking good. Come on, guys. I don't want you stuck together. You have to have them separated. Oh, that hurt. Okay, now you're separated. We're going to be at this for a while, frying. Yeah, I just got hit in the eyebrow. Hi, Tim, and good morning. We're having buffalo wings today. Yes, JB, thank you. I don't want them to stick together. That's what I'm trying to make sure they stay separate. I'm going to be frying this for a while. That's why I started it. Yes, this is buffalo wings, so we're dealing with the chicken wings. Good morning, Tim. JB, yes. JB, thank you for your gift. Dr. Cruz, okay. So we have to wait. I can't do anything now. We're going to actually have to wait for this, but this is going to be going on for a while. Well, we dried the chicken after we cut it up, but remember there is blood, there is a certain amount of moisture that's in the meat, but you take off all the excess. JB, oh God, it's popping. It's letting me know I'm feeling it. It's being a little nasty, but that's okay. But we got the hot sauce already done. I have thought about it, but I've never done that. I've never fried turkey wings. Have you, JB? Hi, George, you're back. Okay. See, they're frying up really, really nice. I leave them a little longer. Okay, Jay, I understand that. I've been eating grapes all morning. Okay, that's my breakfast this morning. I've just been nibbling on grapes. Oh, and I did have 2 muffins, the coffee muffins I made. I'm going to buy butterscotch. That's it. I'm going to buy butterscotch. I might sit there and break it in half, or sit there and put vanilla in half the batter, and butterscotch in the other half to see which one's my son's like better. But just the plain coffee muffins, they're really, really good. Now, I like to eat the gristle on these things and stuff, so I might fry them a little longer than what most people will do. Oh, yes. I am doing well, Season. Yeah, I know. You miss your elders. Oh, Dr. Cruz, that's nice. Yeah, it's popping. I'm getting it. Marge. That's why I use a thermometer here to control the temperature. If you don't control the temperature, you could end up getting burnt. Believe you me, I didn't. I walked away thinking I clocked it well. I almost burnt my mother's home down. So I understand your fear. That's why they say fry at 360. When it hits 360, you put the pieces in. Don't let it get higher than that. If it gets above that, take it off the burner. If you start a fire, throw a towel over. Once you take oxygen away from it, don't let it be a wet towel. God, don't. Once you take the oxygen away, if you have a lid put on it, the fire will go out. Granny, did your late husband get to try most of the foods you cook now? Oh, no, he had other dishes. I'm sorry. Some of these dishes are new, so he didn't get to try some of these. And there's other dishes he had that you don't have. But some of the dishes that I make that are old were the dishes that he had. Okay, if it's going to fall, I'm not going to get burned. Okay, now it's getting down here. So be careful when you do. Yeah, I love the dishes he introduced to me too as well. I don't think I was as good a cook as I am today. All right, because I just keep on advancing forward. But look at that. Doesn't that look good? That's a nice piece of chicken. I know they don't want you to put it in a bowl. By having it like this, they can air and finish it drying. Thank you, JD. You're welcome, Jay. Any woman who spends a lot of time in her kitchen, when she's young, she's doing it good. And as she moves forward through her life and she keeps on cooking and she changes and does different things, trying new dishes and stuff, she gets better at it. Good morning, Young. Thank you, Young. So, I think I'm a better cook today than I was 10 years ago and 10 years before that. You know, I just think that I get better as I go along. But I don't try to always make the same recipes all the time. And some recipes I do repeat, but not often. Thank you. Screenshot what? You want to screen, Young? I don't know what you're talking. We're frying, Linda, we're making not barbecue, we're making buffalo wings. It's the chicken wings we're frying up. Oh yes, Jay, I do. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I don't have bread in the house or it's in the freezer and it takes too long to defrost, I will buy bread, but I'm very careful what kind of bread. Yeah, you're right, Young. That's exactly what happens as we go forward in life. And as we age, we spend enough time in there, we get good. I still am not good at frosting a cake, okay? I have to be honest. My frosting sucks, okay? It tastes delicious, but it sucks the way it looks. Okay. Corin, haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Yeah, buffalo wings, that's what we're having. 31, so you've been at it a while, and you're probably better than when you were 19. I mean, I didn't even know how to make coffee. I was 22? Coffee was the hard thing for me to make. My husband said, just go make coffee for me. Coffee? I didn't have instructions. I didn't have a cookbook to tell me how to do it. So when I got done with it, he spit it out. He said, Sandy, it tastes like mine. I said, well, I've never made coffee. I don't even have a recipe. So he bought me an old book that had the ratio of coffee. I'm very good at making coffee now. I know how to do it. Yeah, it does. If you press too hard or you let the frosting sit too long, it drives me crazy. That's why they say, and I do this and it still doesn't work. They say put a thin coat on because the cake's going to flake a little bit in there. And then you put the second frosting on it, and then you don't end up seeing the cake in it. That's how you do it. It hasn't worked for me yet. I'm still learning how to do that. Well, I don't feel so pregnant because usually that's what women say. They're the only one pregnant, no one else sitting around. But I don't feel so bad now that somebody else is having trouble. You know? Yep, buffalo wings. The one cake I can make, and the frosting is perfect, is a German chocolate cake because you don't really frost it. You pour the frosting over it and let it run on the side. I'm real good at that. I just made uh, a Spanish bar cake, except I didn't cut it in thirds. I left it in a 9 by 13. And somebody here insulted me and said he wouldn't look like shit and he wouldn't eat it. And I said, I didn't ask you to eat it. The cake tasted good, the frosting tasted good. It's just that I'm not real good at frosting. My husband's deceased. Me, I've been up since 4, so I'm going to eat anywhere between 10:30 and 11:30. Another son won't eat until about 6. Then the other one is around, if he's home. They should be home today, or is one working today? I can't remember. The other one will eat between 12 and 1. So we're all at different times because we get up at different times. And they come in at different times. And when they come in, I'm asleep. I only see them in the morning, then they're gone again. No. It's okay, young. Yeah. I'm going to let you cook a little longer. And then we'll pull you out. Well, they say at point blank, we had 2 parents. We lost daddy. We're going to keep an eye on you, Mommy. I said, what are you worried about? I don't take medication. I'm not sick. I don't have any. I got my teeth in my head. I got my head screwed on. You know, I'm busy. So they worry. They're afraid I'm going to get sick or something. I said, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I tell them point blank, you know, you could die faster than me. Where you go, the kind of job you have, you could die. You really could faster than me. And I'd be the last one standing in your whole family. You know? And that would be bad. I mean, my friends are all old. They're taking medication. And I'm saying, dang, I'm going to be losing them. Yeah. Oh. Okay, Bella, you go. If you're going to work or to bed, good night, or enjoy your day at work. Hi, Matthew. I can't wait to have this today. This is going to be an interesting dish. I know you're climbing again. See, I don't want the grease to get too hot. Once they give me a temperature to work with, I always have a thermometer there to make sure that I can know exactly where I'm at. Oh, you cook with it? Okay. My son was supposed to cook. We're having buffalo wings today. My older son was supposed to cook with me today, but he said, I can't. I'm too tired. I said, okay, I'll do it. He wanted to make this dish, and I said, that's all right. I got it. We'll have it again. Don't know when, but we'll have it again. Hi, Churl? Is it C-H-I, Churl? I think I'm saying it right. 8B? Good morning. they don't want the oil above 360 for these, all right? When you fry chicken, it's usually 375. Okay, does that help you, corn husk? That sounds good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those are sandwiches. Hello? You're welcome. Set those temperatures and listen, if it gets too hot, pull the plug, okay? Or if you're doing it in a frying pan, take it off. Just take it off the heat. Get it away from the flame, turn the flame off and put it in a back burner. Because yes, I have had a grease fire and almost burnt my parents' home down. And the worst part was the insurance on the house went off that day. But my father and the insurance guy were friends, so he fixed it to where the house got fixed, as they say. I ruined some very expensive drapes my mother was angry with. The kitchen was a mess. So I know what you're talking about. Yes, young, I know. Yeah, I did it. I was a little girl and I went to help my mother and I got sidetracked. Thought I had the clocking down perfect. I should have just left the kitchen a mess the way she left it. But little girls try to help their mothers. And almost took the house. My father said it's all right, but he said stay away from your mother. My father, one time he defended me and said something nice. He said, stay away from your mother right now. She's really mad. All right. Yeah, it was my mother's kitchen. Buffalo wings. I have blue cheese. I don't know if I want a blue cheese dip. I'll check and see how the blue cheese dip is put together. No, I did not get burnt. Oh God, that is bad. Now I've sliced my hand open. We had my husband's great aunt. I mean, she remembered when they saw planes for the first time and when the Brooklyn Bridge was closed down after midnight. Yeah, and she had given us a set of red crystal glasses. They're very old because she got them from her mother, so you can imagine how old they were. I was washing them. It slipped out of my hand, and I tried to grab it in the fall, and it hit the sink, and my hand was still coming down. I almost cut this finger off, my whole thumb. When my husband came in, I had wrapped it in a towel as tight as I could, and he came. He said, just by doing that, Sandy, you stopped a lot of the bleeding. And he put me back together. I couldn't use my hand, so he was cooking until I healed. So grease is very. You have to be careful. Doing dishes, things will slip. I just broke my stoneware 9x13, which I just love. I was really upset about that. But accidents happen. There's 2 rooms I was taught that are very dangerous. The bathroom, because you can slip and fall, with the steam and all, you can hurt yourself in there. I've fallen in there, so I know. And no, I didn't break any bones either. And the kitchen, where you can have fires. So these are the most 2 dangerous rooms in the house. And we were taught that in school. Good morning, Jackie, Chase. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that, but it is. So whenever you think about it, when I'm in the bathroom or if I'm in the kitchen, after accidents in the kitchen, I knew the bathroom was just as dangerous. And one time I was cleaning the bathroom with bleach and I stepped up on the side of the tub and I went down. I hit that back wall. I hit the where the soap dish was and it was put into the wall. Oh my God, was I sore from that. I had to go to the chiropractor to get back lined up. Yeah, it can happen to people. Well, this happened a while back. Smoke. You learn. Sometimes when women are in menopause, they could be going down the stairs and forget where they're at and fall right down the stairs. You have to keep your wits about you. Hi, Dallas. Do you live in Texas? Since you took the name. Oh, okay. It's just because you said Dallas. Did you take that from the show, Dallas? Okay. Yeah, I know you're climbing up again. The wing sauce, we just made this before we started frying. It's up at the beginning of the video. So we're going to actually be using that. We're not using the barbecue sauce. We are using the buffalo wing sauce. They weren't really breading it. They used cornstarch, cayenne, salt, pepper. What else? But you also, the hot sauce. All right, what you coat it with is how it's done. Is you use a cayenne pepper, regular black pepper, table salt, and cornstarch. But the sauce is made with butter, 2 hot sauces, dark brown sugar, and cider vinegar. I've been eating grapes all day. Separate, guys. So yeah, you missed that part. Oh, don't worry about it, corn husk. This is live, but they'll put it into a video. Okay, I've got to talk about. Bingo Blitz. Have any of you ever played that game? Because I'm playing it, so if you want to play with me, you can. They sit there and you get to travel around the world. It's all done in cartoon, but it's really cute. And you start off at Pasadena. It has nice music. You're playing with other people, which is really nice. The numbers don't race across so fast that you can't see them. I'm playing with 2 cards now. And what's nice is you get a lot of freebies, so you can sit there and keep on playing the game. And it's not gambling, which is nice. So it works very well. Grapes are my breakfast this morning. Don't you stick together, guys. We probably have about 3 more batches after this. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, got about 3 more. So what are you guys going to have today for dinner? Well, I'm going to try those muffins again. How do you think butterscotch? Always try something new cooking. I always recommend it. Don't always make the same dishes. Try to make different dishes. I'm not telling you to get rid of your favorite ones, but just don't have them like on top of each other. Okay, Smoky Joe. I have a Come Cook With Me. I've done one on biscuits, French bread, and those muffins that we had yesterday, just making coffee muffins. Alright, but I talked about the things you have to do, why we do the way we do, terminologies to help you to understand, because you can read a cookbook, if you don't know those terminologies, you're in trouble. And just to give you an idea how many. I have one, you see how fine print this is? Very fine. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of just the special and foreign terms that you need to learn. So it's not easy. And that's the problem. A lot of people don't know these terms and they get them confused. Wing sauce, corn husk. So anyway, I hope you guys, I'm going to go back to it again. I talk about it. I hope you try playing Bingo Blitz. Listen, everybody plays bingo, even as children. Good morning, General. So I hope you'll play it with me, because I do like playing games. I shouldn't. But I like it most of all because it's not, it's fun, but it's not gambling, and you're not losing, you're not going to be gambling against people. Mark, we are having buffalo wings today. And I'm going to serve them with buttermilk biscuits. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm getting splattered. Not hard, but little spatula. No, when I was a child, we used to play bingo, right? That's how we learned our numbers. Then, older people gamble with it, but this game called Bingo Blitz doesn't go that direction. It's just bingo, and it's a lot of fun. And the numbers don't race across so fast that you miss them. You have time, if you miss one, you can do it. And the freebies are on it. You sit there, the music is beautiful. And on top of that, you get to play with a lot of people. I was playing with 25 people yesterday. Yes, it is. Darcel, good morning. Lisa, good morning. My favorite part of the day, when I first get up. I think that's the day. I usually have God on my mind and it's peaceful. And my cats are in my face telling me they're hungry. But I have time to be by myself. And another time is when it's late at night and I'm pretty worn out and I'm just laying in bed listening to some television programs. Tomorrow I know I'm going to be watching something else. I'm going to be watching Outlander. Chicken wings. So that's my favorite time, two favorite times. When I first get up and when the day is quiet and I'm in bed just getting ready to the point where I can just relax and say I'm done. And my cats are like right here. And they take my pillows. I said, I feel like I'm the cat because I'm sleeping at the foot of the bed. And they look at me. I have one cat that he will not get up. I mean, he will leave his body there. I have to, when I go to make the bed, I have to pick the pillow up with him in it, move him in the pillow, and he won't get off that pillow. I have to literally pick him up and move him, put the sham on it, and then put him back on it. Then I say, okay, you got the pillow now. Now I'm going downstairs. I got some more work to do. Then he gets off the bed, but he will not get off. He makes me pick him up. Yeah, they steal it. Ooh, we got 4 this time? Yes. Dang. It's hot. Okay. Hi, Tank. Buffalo wings is what we're cooking, Tank. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got 2 more batches now. Hi, Coda. Yes, I did. Hi, Poopy. Okay. Yes, Tank. Yes, we did. We cut the wing tips off. Pulled the feathers that were left on them off, and then we sat there, rinsed them, patted them dry. You have to pat them dry, and then we made the mixture that we sprinkled on them, and now we're frying them. But before that, we got this hot sauce going. Oh yes, we used to watch his movies. My husband studied martial arts, so he liked watching Chuck Norris. He also likes watching Kung Fu. We are making buffalo wings. Okay. Yeah, it's smelling that way. You can also see how warm the kitchen is, I'm telling you. Turning a purple pink, getting flush. My husband's smoking he's passed. We get to the back door in time. I don't know if he liked boxing when he was alive. He's deceased now. But he was into martial arts. He was a black belt, I think 3rd Dan. So I couldn't answer that. I don't know if he likes boxing, but I know that, what was it that he did in school? The athlete wrestling he took. He took, what else did he take? Jiu-jitsu. And then there was one that taught you how to fall. And he was also forced recon. So he did a lot of things like that. Hi, Corey. Thank you. I gotta clean this kitchen. When I clean this kitchen, nobody's gonna see me. I'm gonna start at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I will not get this kitchen done until 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. Because I've got to scrub grease, the floor, and then it's gonna be a mess. So I might start it next week. I think the kitchen is about time I get around to it. I hate it. You do have to be aware that the chicken pieces do stick together. You do have to separate them. Come on, separate, guys. Okay, we got that. Get this one down. Okay. What do you mean your husband wasn't playing? About what? Fighting? No, it's not play. That's life and death situation. Pretty dead. He gave a lot to this country. Smoking, what? Why are you upset crying that he wasn't playing? He had to do what he had to do. That's what servicemen do. That's what men do in general. They do what they have to do. You know? I was taught in school, they said, you know why America wasn't ever really attacked, Sandy? And we were asked this question, and our teacher told us it's because in every house there's guns, and men and women and children know how to use them. They have to fight house to house. So if they're going to do anything, they'll infiltrate other ways. And I see it today. Yeah, I was taught that in the 60s. Isn't that interesting? You have to say the chicken does look good. Oh, no, you didn't mess with him. And I chased him many years before he realized I was 21. And I had to show him my driver's license to prove that I was as old as I said I was. Because, you know, military cannot date anybody under 18. And then the first day he takes me on, what do I ask for? A glass of milk. He says, really, Sandy? Okay. one more batch, and that is it. After this. Okay. Hi, Corey. They would infiltrate by coming to the country, getting hold of the young folks. So they would have to get into the school system. They would have to get into the legal system and into Congress and stuff. They said that's how they'll do it. If they want to know our military, that's a good way to infiltrate as well. I remember when foreigners started teaching our children over here, and then all of a sudden these children now are young adults, and they've been indoctrinated into a lot of things. I mean, I would mention something, but it would be like World War III here with everybody getting angry. But these are things that we were taught. So when I hear the young people talk, you know, like we would never, I remember sex education came out. See, parents actually talk to their children. The mothers talk to the daughter about the menstrual cycle and climaxing and stuff, and the men would sit there and talk to their children, their male children. The fathers would talk to them, and some fathers would also take them to what we call a red district, which is where whores are, and teach the boys what they do and don't do. So, I remember when sex education came in, I remember the elders, because I was a little girl, they were talking that this is going to get out of hand, and that the school had no right to do it, but the Board of Ed pushed it, sex education in there, and the classroom, they were having sex, believe you me. Those boys dated those girls, and those girls were getting pregnant. But you had to be an A student to get into that course. And this was in high school, and they said they would keep it into college, but they have moved it down to the lower grades, and they keep moving it lower and lower. So where now boys don't know boys. You mean they don't know what a man is, and you have women who don't know what a woman is, you know. And now they're saying, well, they have a right to, change their sex and everything else, and they want the government to pay for it. When I was growing up, if we wanted something, our parents did. If we had surgery, we didn't have a free system, just go and get it and they'll pay for it. Everything, if you wanted something, we were told, you go to work, you earn it, then you can do it. And I was always taught that my freedom went as far as my nose. In other words, I could not force my beliefs onto somebody else or my way of thinking, but we can talk about it, and see different points of view. This is all, like they say, can't talk politics. I said, why can't you talk politics? You learn from both of them. You get two people on opposite ends, you can talk, you get a better idea. And you can sometimes hit a medium ground, but a lot of people today are so adamant, it's ridiculous. You can't talk religion, you can't talk politics, you can't talk this, you can't talk that, But people do. I was also taught what goes on in the bedroom stays between those two people. It's not public. And people are comfortable about talking about it. No, that you don't do. Yeah, Matthew, that's right. I know that, Lee. So, my moral compass, my responsibilities and things, I know where they rest. I was raised. If I want something, I have to work for it. You hold on to God, your belief. You don't have to go around changing it, but don't let somebody change you. I've had people come on this channel and say, I have to believe in Islam. No, I don't. I'm not asking you to believe Christian, but it's my faith, yours is yours. We've had Baptists, Protestants, but we all got along. We knew. We have one common thing in common. We all believe in God. Now, Islam is not like that. That's the one that seems like out to lunch. I mean, we would never think of doing devil worshiping or anything. And now we've got a church in the United States that does devil worshiping. You know, oh my God. None of these things were thought of. We knew that there was a line that we just didn't cross. But people are crossing these lines and said, I can do what I want. Yeah, you can do what you want, but we're going to pay for it, you know. It is, Michael, it is insane. Today is truly insane. People have lost their moral compass. They are fighting. Every generation's trying to fight for something so they can say they helped did something. I understand that. But it's gone too far. So we have to go back. We have to get our bearings back and stuff. Like, people think I'm cruel because I sit there and I talk about, or I'll post something, and they don't know that if you get between a criminal and a law officer who can arrest you, and they can shoot you. They have the federal government. It's right there. If you do treason in this country, public hanging or a public shooting. They tell people, this is what I grew up with. So believe me, I understand it. I don't think it's so much Christians. I think it's the same fight that's been going on in the Middle East for a very long time. I think it's Islam and that. The problem is with a lot of children. I remember in the 60s, they had said, before the 60s, everybody was pretty much, we were on cue, we knew the family structure and everything else. And then what happened was, this is my personal belief, we started, parents were saying the end time is near, the end time is near, the end time is near. So it was frightening a lot of people, and it turned a lot of people off on religion. So they started going to other religions, other countries and stuff to learn. I remember one, what was it called? You had to pray to a piece of paper with no shadows on it, and that was a reflection of what you are, that you're pure. There was another one that said, Nenya Ringe Pure. Then there was another one, the Mooney people coming out. I had a girlfriend who was a Mooney too. And she was going to be a sister, but they wouldn't give her what she wanted, so she said, I'm going to be a Mooney. She upset her parents. And I told her parents what's going to happen, and to please, you know, when she comes back to you, she doesn't need you to bastardize her, you know. So I saw it was like they were searching for something that it's not the end time. We're not even there yet, but it was like the parents are taking drugs, smoking marijuana and stuff. The end time's here. Oh, the end time is not here yet. We're getting there. I mean, we are marching forward, you know. We'll get there soon enough. And they got turned off by religion because the priests don't believe. I don't want somebody preaching to me and doesn't believe. I mean, you're the last person I want to talk to. What it does with me, stem. Thank you, Dalen, smoking. Yes, but the internet is not giving the full story. They really, really aren't. That's when somebody asked me about my faith. I said, this is my faith. This is how I look at life. This is how I look at people. If you like it or not, this is how I feel. and it answers questions that I had, and I went searching for answers, and I found them, and they made my faith stronger still. And as I get older, it's even stronger than before. Like somebody got on the internet and said, well, what do you think of only 144,000? And I sat there and said, 144,000 is only the first group, you know. Then there'll be another group after so much punishment, then another group, so you finally get to the group that's totally gone through all the punishments and still defies God. They're the ones who are going to be locked up. Yeah, like somebody said, we're the chosen. I said, you're the record keepers. Yes, I know you're supposed to keep the records because the tribe of Judea, that's your job. God gave it to you. But I don't think there's only 144,000 of you, and the rest are going to be, you know, killed. We'll find out at that time. You know? But I had legitimate questions. I went on blind faith, and I figured I don't know everything. That's how I look at it with my religion. Yeah. I haven't been curious about other religions. I never have. I just figured everybody believed in God, and that was the simplicity of my life. That's how I saw it. Everybody believed in God. Well, I hate to say, a lot of people have strayed away from God. They're coming back, which is really beautifully. Now, some people have to have, they have questions that they wanted answered. Like I couldn't figure out why did God accept Cain and Abel sat there and they laid out an altar and gave it to God, but God only accepted one altar. And I said, why? So one was of the fruits of the earth, the other was the animals. And I said, I'm beginning to think that was gene splicing. You know, and I think mermaids and things like that we hear and people say, no, they don't exist. But yet sailors have talked about them. And when you go into certain tribes, into areas that are built up, they're talking about animals, you know, prehistoric, and some of them that are grotesque. So I begin to wonder, because when in the 60s, I went and was finding out about some information that came through, and at 3 o'clock in the morning they talked. Now remember, it's only now that we can do it, but they didn't do it in the 60s. They found a necklace, and the holes were so small for the string of whatever the necklace was. They said they had nothing that could make it that small. But now they can do it with laser lights. So now how we were done, it was done. I think the giants, because of what I've read, with the Association in Research and Enlightenment, I'm beginning to think that we were giants that walked this earth. I know angels are gigantic, okay? But I don't think we were as small as we are today. I think we were bigger. If the dinosaurs and stuff were bigger because the oxygen level was, then man would have had to have been larger. And to prove this, they took plants and they put it in a high oxygen area. Tomatoes, you know how you get a few tomatoes off a tomato plant? They said these tomato plants grew, I think, 6 feet taller than our tomatoes, and they were much bigger and sweeter because the oxygen, they gave it more oxygen than what we normally have. So you can see, I think man has shrunk, and that we were giants. I think a lot of the misconceptions and stuff we have are coming from demons, and they can hide right under you, and you would not know it. So it answered a lot of questions for me. Yes, I know who Chuck Norris is. Hi, Junior. Judy. And how are you doing? Okay. I'm getting tired of being splattered on this last piece. I'm going to move away from it. It keeps coming. I've had enough light specks on my face from it. We're making buffalo wings today. So that's how I see, and I got a lot of answers, you know. So I think one of them was playing with jeans, slicing and mix and matching, like they found a T-Rex, and they found out it was thoroughly mature, and it was only a foot tall. Then how did it grow? And they said there's no process from here to the huge animal that it was. Gene splicing would do that. I wonder if the cats that we have around us aren't a gene splicing. You know why? They have eyes like snakes. Isn't that interesting? The house cats we have. So I wonder if this isn't something that we created. The problem is we can't. A lot of people cannot remember from one life to another, but those who are psychic can look back into our lives and tell you. And people say that you can't believe a psychic. This is how you enter if you ever want to get a reading. You walk in. Don't say anything. It's very important you don't say anything. You sit down at the table. And what they do is they want you to talk. You don't say anything. You can say hello and that's it. Don't say another word. Let them read the cards and stuff. Or give you the reading, your palm or whatever. Don't acknowledge anything that they say that it's true or a lie, and then you'll know if you get a good reading. But what they do is they say, hi, how are you? And you say, oh, I'm fine. And you start talking, and they'll name you have a girlfriend. They don't say the name of the girlfriend. They'll say, oh, you have a girlfriend. Oh, yes, her name is so. And you start talking. And all what they do is take that information and give it back to you, and you think you've gotten a real reading. And you didn't get a real reading. A real reading is you walk in, don't say anything, or only say one word, hello. That's it. That's how you know you got a real psychic. Oh, I didn't do that. Yeah. At least this is a good life. I'm almost getting ready to get these out. I don't want to burn them. Okay. Neelash, I'm making buffalo wings today, Junior. Yeah, that's a good age. Justin. Yeah, make sure you don't want bony ones. I just grabbed the package. They only had 3. They all look the same, so I said I'll get this one. That's how I decided it. I'm just taking these out. I'm going to turn the grease off. At least I'm not going to get hot. So one more time with that oil and I am done with it. I'll only use the oils 3 times. That's really, really hot. Okay, I have to read to see what they want us to do next, which I think I know what they want us to do. I'm not serving it immediately. I still have an hour before I eat. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Those are hot. So we'll eat good today. By the way, I'm going to collect these bones and put them with the tips, stick them in the freezer. It'll make a good stock. And by the way, I finally got those bones done. I did show you yesterday. They do break. I crushed them to show you. It took me all day to get those things done. Okay, here's the hot sauce. Spatula. Just getting everything else. Another spatula, okay. All right, you are going to pour this hot sauce all over it and toss it. That's exactly what we're going to do. And these things are hot. I already tried the hot sauce. And I want you to toss it around, and this is it. This is all you do. They don't want you to use your hands because your hands will sit there and pull the meat off. So they want you to use the spatula. I think I should put it in a bowl, don't you think? A serving platter instead of like this. I'm just going to finish coating them. That's what I'm working on, just coating them. Some of them aren't quite coated enough. Oh, I'm going to cry. Does this tell you how hot this is? That's probably why they have raw vegetables. Okay, now you know how to make buffalo wheels. Yeah, they talked about going across the wagon train. Yeah, they came across the west, settled into Texas. Okay, there you are. Buffalo wings. Isn't that interesting how it came together? I should try one. I really want to try one. Why not? They won't miss it. It's hot. You need some water? Beer would be nice. Like I told you, I do eat the bone marrow. I'm saving the bones anyway. Spicy. Yes, I am live. Buffalo wings. Ken. Do you think magic everybody has dentures? I have my teeth in my head. I haven't seen a dentist in over 50 years. And I don't have cavities. All right, guys, they're spicy now that I've eaten it. All right, they are. I think you'll enjoy this recipe very, very much. But I haven't decided what I want with it except biscuits. So I'm gonna let you go. You know how to make buffalo wings now? I went to the store and just bought the chicken wings at ShopRite. I cut the tips off. I have them here with the bones, which will go into a bag. Yes, even if I've chewed off the gristle, I'm still going to cook the minerals out of those bones. But I don't know what else I'm going to serve with this, okay? High Priest Ken. EJL. What you guys and girls are seeing is actually health, but I will sit there and put things that I believe in or the things that I use for my skin and stuff. And I think they call it the shop or something, where things that I believe in and that I use that help me, I will put it, I'm going to learn how to put it there, and then you can see what I use. Vermont. Hey, I love your maple syrup. Vermont maple syrup. Thank you. So, Priest, listen, I want all of you to take care. Wait a minute. Chrissy? Hi, how are you? So I'm going to let all of you go. I still have to think what I want. I have to go get some wash done as well. So I will see you guys when we do another live. So you take care. Enjoy your day. I don't know if I'm going to grind up today the flour for Ezekiel bread yet. I still got to feed my cultures, which are growing over there. Yeah, I'm going to be a little busy in my kitchen today. So I want all of you to have a great day, okay? And be safe, okay? Bye-bye.